Hello student. Student, in the last video just we have to started the chapter relation and function, and the very introduction part of the relation we have to discuss in the previous lecture. Just I will tell you what we have to study about the relation in the last video. So basically student, we have to discuss about the trivial relation. Is it to be clear? So in the last video just we have to discuss about the trivial relations, and I think each and every student know very well about the trivial relations. So empty relation and universal relation, empty and universal relations are known as the trivial relations. So basically in the last video just we have to introduce the concept of relation first of all, then after we have to discuss about the some trivial relations. Is it to be clear? So today student, we are going to start the very important part of the relations, and basically some of the remaining type we have to discuss in this video. And basically I just want to tell you, today we are going to discuss about the identity relation. Firstly I will tell what we have to going to discuss in this video. So firstly we have to discuss about the identity relation, then after we are going through the reflexive relation, and then after we have to discuss about the symmetric relation, and lastly we have to discuss about the transitive relation. Is it to be clear? So the last one is known as the transitive relation. Is it to be clear or not? So I think each and every student know very well about the name of these type of relations, because in the last video just we have to discuss about the all the kind of relations. Is it to be clear? So today we are going to discuss these four important part for the relation purpose, and basically from the in board examination student, from these type of sets basically the questions are to be asked. Is it to be clear? So listen carefully each and every statement that should be tell you in a particular type of relation. Is it to be clear? So one by one we have to discuss about the each and every kind of relation here. Is it to be clear? So I think each and every student know very well about the empty relation, because any relation which has no particular ordered pair, or you can say that the no any element is to be there, then it is said to be the empty relation. And what can you say about the universal relation? So basically universal relation, suppose any of the relation will be defined from A set to A set, or you can say that A set to B set, then set of all possible ordered pair if lie in any relation, then it is said to be the universal relation. Is that to be clear? So basically student, we are going to start today with the identity relation. Today we are going to start with the identity relation. Is it to be clear? What is the basic definition of identity relation and how we will define this particular part? And basically we can see the identity relation and reflexive relation sometimes similar, means we have to know about the basic difference of the identity and reflexive relation also. Is it to be clear? So this thing will be confused to some of the student, what should be the basic difference between reflexive and identity. So we have to see this thing also. Is it to be clear? So firstly I will erase this part here, because just we have to see about the basic type of relation that should be known as the identity relation. Is it to be clear? So just we are erasing these parts, because one by one we are going to study each and every type of relations here. Is it to be clear? So now basically student, what should be the basic definition of identity relation? We have to discuss this thing here. Any relation, we can say that any relation are on set A is said to be identity relation. It's said to be identity relation. It's said to be identity relation if and only if every element, you can say that every element of set A is related to itself only, is related to itself only. Is it to be clear? So a very good definition is to be written here. We have to show the meaning of each and every word and each and every concept that should be mentioned in this particular definition. So basically what we are saying, any relation R on the set A is said to be identity relation. Is it to be clear? If and only if, this is the very important thing, every element of set A is related to the itself only. Is it to be clear? Student, we are just focusing on this particular part only here, because always suppose we have to take an example to understand this part. So basically any set A is to be given like this 1, 2, 3, and just we have to define any relation R1. Suppose any relation R will be written like this 1, 1, this is 2, 2, and lastly we have to write the 3, 3. Then what can you say about this particular type of relation and whether this particular relation will satisfy the given definition or not? Is that to be clear? So basically what we have to written in this definition, every element of set A is related to the itself only. So basically student, you can check the element of set A. So very importantly you can say that 1, 2 and 3. 1, 2 and 3. 3 elements are to be there in the set A. Then you can check 1, 1 is to be available here. Means this 2 is to be related to itself only. 3 is also related to the itself only. Means such type of relation is said to be the identity relation. Such type of relation is said to be the identity relation. Is it to be clear? Now we have to take another example. So suppose this is any relation R1. Suppose on this particular set A we have to define the another relation. Suppose we have to write 1, 1, then after we have to write 2, 2, then after we have to write 3, 3, and then after we have to write 3, 1. Is it to be clear? This can be of any relation on this particular set. Is it to be clear? Now again student, we have to check whether the given relation is said to be the identity relation or not. So basically here we can see the 3 elements, means 1, 1, 2, 2 and 3, 3. Means each and every element is to be related to itself here, no problem. But what can you say about this part? Means this 3, 1. So this is not the applicable condition for the identity relation here. Only we have to say that each and every element to related to itself only. Is it to be clear? Means this particular optional part is to be not necessary for the identity relation. So because this 3, 1 is to be available here, that's why we can say that this is not said to be identity relation. This is not said to be the identity relation. Means basically we can say that for any of the identity relation, any element of set A is to be related to itself only. Means no extra ordered pair will be available in that part. Is it to be clear? So basically easily student you can understand this thing. Suppose any relation R3 we have to define here. Then suppose R3 we have to take here only phi, and I think each and every student know very well about the phi, because phi is said to be always known as the empty relation. Means no particular ordered pair is to be available in this particular relation. So this is said to be the this is again said to be not a identity relation. This is not said to be the identity relation. Is it to be clear? So basically here some of the examples we have to discuss related to the definition, and then after student basically we can remember this thing, identity relation. Means you can say that if only and only doublets of any given element in set A are to be available, then it is said to be the identity relation. Otherwise no relation is said to be the identity relation. Is it to be clear? So only what we are saying that, we are saying that only the availability of doublet will be there. Is it to be clear? In spite of doublet, no any extra ordered pair will be there, then it is said to be the identity relation. Is it to be clear? And the one important thing, on any of the set, the identity relation will be unique. That's the very important thing, because only one identity relation you can make here, no more than one identity relation you can make here, because only the ordered pair of the element itself is to be available. Is it to be clear? So it is the very important thing student we can remember here, and identity relation is unique. Identity relation is unique. Identity relation is unique for a given set. For a given set A. Is it to be clear? suppose any of the identity relation is to be defined on set A, then it will be unique. Means only and only one identity relation will be there. Is it to be clear? Not more than one identity relations are to be existed for the given set A. Is it to be clear? So we can easily understand the definition, student, here, and basically we have to relate this particular identity relation with the reflexive also, because there will be some confusion. Sometime there will be some confusion. Any of the identity can be reflexive or not, or any reflexive can be identity or not. Is it to be clear? So just we have to see the definition of basic reflexive relation also, and after that we have to distinguish between the identity relation and a reflexive relation. Is it to be clear? So basically, student, you have to pause the video to note it down each and every part, and I think you are getting the concept of identity relation here, and it will be unique, means only one identity relation will be always existed for the given set A where the particular relation is to be defined. Is it to be clear? Now, now student, after this part we have to take the next relation. Next relation is said to be the reflexive relation. Next relation is said to be the reflexive relation. So you can just understand the definition, and after that, student, we have to see the basic difference between the identity and reflexive also. Is it to be clear? Suppose any relation R on set A, we can say that any relation R on set A, any relation R on set A is said to be reflexive, is said to be reflexive, is said to be reflexive if suppose any element A belongs to the set A. If A belongs to A, then implies A comma A belongs to R or not. If A comma A belongs to R, then it is said to be reflexive. Otherwise, it is not said to be the reflexive. Suppose here A comma A does not belongs to R, then it is not reflexive. Is it to be clear? Means any of the element we have to take from the set A, and just we have to check whether A comma A is to be available in that relation or not. Means any of the element is to be checked with itself only. Is it to be clear? And student, the one important thing, we have to check this particular part for each and every given elements of set A. Means not for only one or two element. Suppose any relation we have to take. Suppose again we have to take an example to understand this thing. And suppose we are taking the element 1, 2 and 3. Is it to be clear? And now we have to define any of the relation. Is it to be clear? So suppose we have to take any relation R1 here, and suppose R1 is to be written like this: 1, 1, this is 2, 2, this is 3, 3. Is it to be clear? And suppose we have to write the 3, 1 also. Suppose this is any relation that should be defined on the set A is to be given. Is it to be clear? Now we have to check the definition, and we have to check the criteria by which we have to change the check the process of reflexive relation. Is it to be clear? So basically in this particular set there are 3 elements, 1, 2 and 3 are to be given. Now students, suppose any of the element 1 belongs to A or not. Definitely this implies 1 comma 1 belongs to R or not. We have to check this thing. Is it to be clear? So for this element, this particular test will be right. Means according to this element, this is said to be the reflexive. Now we have to take the second element. You can say that 2 belongs to A, implies 2 comma 2 belongs to R. We have to check. So basically this 2 comma 2 is also available here. Similarly 3 belongs to A, and we can say that this 3 comma 3 is also belongs to R. So basically we have to take each and every element, and we have to check the image of each and every element to itself. Is it to be clear? If it is available, then we can say that the given relation is said to be the reflexive. Is it to be clear? Now no need to check this part, student. This is the optional part. Means by using this particular part we cannot say anything. Is it to be clear? It may be or may not be. Is it to be clear? But in this example, if any of one else ask about the identity relation, is it to be clear? Then then we can say that here it is the reflexive relation. It is the reflexive relation. But what can you say about the identity relation? Basically, student, for these three ordered pair, we can say that it is identity, but due to this 3,1, it should not be taken as the identity relation. So, it is not a identity relation. Not a identity relation. Is it to be clear? So, basically, student, we have to see this thing carefully. This particular thing or this particular example will specify the basic difference between the reflexive relation as well as the identity relation. Is it to be clear? Now, we have to take some more examples. Suppose any relation R2 we have to take here. Then what we are saying? Suppose we are taking here 1, 1. This is 2, 2. Suppose we have to take this is 3, 3. And we have to take here 3, 2. And we have to take 2, 3. Then what can you say about this particular type of relation? Whether it is reflexive or not, whether it is identity or not. Is it to be clear? So basically, student, for the reflexive only just we have to think about the ordered pair that should be available for the element itself only. Is it to be clear? So again, this particular relation R2 is to be defined on set A. So basically here for these three elements 1, 1 is available, 2, 2 is available, 3, 3 is to be available. Means these ordered pairs are to be available to itself only, then we can say that it is said to be the reflexive. It is said to be the reflexive, but not identity. But not identity. You can say that here it is the reflexive, but not identity. Is it to be clear? So basically, student, in this particular scenario, you can just check the basic difference of the reflexive relation as well as in the identity relation. Is it to be clear? Suppose we are taking another example R3, and suppose we are taking R3 equals to 5. Then what can you say about the reflexive or relation, identity relation? So basically R3 equals to 5, and 5 means you know very well, student, because in the previous video just we have to discuss about the 5, and 5 is known as always known as the empty relation. So basically it is not identity relation. It is not identity relation as well as it is not a reflexive relation. It is not reflexive relation. Is it to be clear or not? So each and everything, student, you can just understand here just by using this example, and just you can tell the difference between the identity relation and reflexive relation. Is it to be clear? So I think the definition of reflexive relation will be clear to each and every student. Now we will take some more examples, student, here, and we have to make some of the relations. Then after, definitely you can understand the basic difference as well as you can clarify this particular definition also. Is it to be clear? And we have to also correlate with the identity with the reflexive or reflexive with the identity. Is it to be clear? So you have to pause the video to note it down each and every part. Then after we will start the some more examples on this reflexive and identity relation. Is it to be clear? So next we have to take a very important example. Suppose any of the set A is to be given as 1, 2, 3, 4. Is it to be clear? And we have to take some of the relation R1. Suppose R1 is to be given as 1, 1. This is 2, 2. This is 4, 4. Next R2 we have to take here. So the R2 is 1, 1. This is 2, 2. This is 3, 3. This is 4, 4. Next we have to take the relation R3. So R3 is again 1, 1. This is 2, 2. After that 3, 3. After that 4, 4. And after that 1, 3. Is it to be clear? Next R4. Suppose we have to take here 1, 1, 1, 2 and 2, 1. Then after we have to 2, 1. Next we have to take the R5. R5 we have to take the universal relation. You can say here universal relation. So I think student, I will not writing each and every ordered pair here. Just we are writing the R. Suppose R4 is known as the universal relation. Is it to be clear? Then we have to check. We have to check each and every part. And what we have to check? Whether each and every given relation is said to be reflexive or not, and identity or not. Is it to be clear? So we have to see the very first relation here. Is it to be clear? So in this particular part, we have to check the identity relation and we have to check the reflexive nature of any relation. Is it to be clear? So basically for the very first relation, just you can check 1, 1, 2, 2 and 4, 4 is to be available. So basically student, in this particular type of relation, you can say that this 3 will be available in this particular set A, but 3, 3 is not said to be involved in this part. Means this is not said to be the identity relation, as well as this is not said to be the reflexive relation. But what should be the reason behind this part? So student, in examination, just this is not reflexive because you can say that 3 belongs to the set A, but you can say that 3, 3 does not belongs to R. Is it to be clear? So we can easily say that the very first relation that should be given here is not said to be the identity relation, as well as it is not said to be the reflexive relation. Is it to be clear? Now next part. Next part is R2. So you can just check with the R2 here. So 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4. So basic part is to be there, and I think each and every student know very well. This is always said to be the identity relation as well as the reflexive, because each and every element is to be related to itself here. So basically it is identity relation as well as the reflexive relation also, because each and every element is to be related to itself. Is it to be clear? Next R3. R3 is to be given here. Then student, for R3, just we have to check 1, 1 is to be there, 2, 2 is to be there, 3, 3 is to be there, and 4, 4. Means each and every element of this particular set A is to be related to itself here. Now, but the one optional part 1, 3 is to be also there. Means this particular relation is not said to be the identity, because in the case of identity relation, student, always the elements are to be related to itself only. Is it to be clear? Means no other extra ordered pair will be there. So definitely this is said to be the reflexive, but you can say that this is not said to be the identity relation. Is it to be clear? Next, fourth one we have to take here. So basically fourth one, 1, 1, 1, 2 and 2, 1. So basically easily student, you can say that this element 2 will belongs to the particular set given A, but 2, 2 is not to be there, 3, 3 also not to be available, 4, 4 is not to be available here. Means what can we say here? We can say here this is not said to be identity, and this is again not said to be the reflexive. Means both the type of relations will not be there. And the very important case, this is the very important case. Student, here what can you say about the universal relation? So basically in the universal relation, just if we have to write the A cross A, if we have to write the A cross A, then we can say that in this particular set A there are 4 elements. Means in A cross A there will be the 16 elements are to be there. Means you can say that the 16 ordered pair are to be there. If any of the universal relation is to be defined, then what can we say? We can say that universal relation is the relation where all the possible ordered pair of the set A and B is to be available. So basically student, this is not said to be the identity, because in identity only a unique identity relation will be there on a particular set, and this will be occur here. Is it to be clear? But this is not said to be the universal relation. But here just we have to discuss about the universal relation. So basically any of the universal relation on this particular set is not said to be the identity, but you can say that this is said to be the reflexive, because here in this universal relation 1, 1 is also to be there, 2, 2 is also to be there, 3, 3 as well as 4, 4. Each and every part is to be available well. That's why we can say that easily we can say that for any of the universal relation, it is always said to be the reflexive in nature. Is it to be clear? So now student, I think you can check the difference between reflexive relation as well as the identity relation. Is it to be clear? With the help of this example and many more examples, we have to all again discuss when we have to read about the symmetric and transitive case. Is it to be clear? Then again we have to discuss about the identity nature and as well as the reflexive nature of the any relation. Is it to be clear? So basically student, we have to tell about the basic difference between the identity and reflexive. So the one very important difference between the reflexive and identity relation will be unique for a given set, but you can say that this is again the reflexive, this is reflexive, this is reflexive, means reflexive relations can be derived from a set, any of the cross product or any of the Cartesian product more than one. Is it to be clear? So here you can check this R2 is reflexive, here you can check this R3 is reflexive, here you can check that the R5 is also said to be the reflexive. So basically you can just say that reflexive relation can be more than one, but you can say that identity relation should be always unique, means only one identity relation will be there on a given set. Is it to be clear? So I think each and every student know very well about the reflexive nature of any relation as well as the identity relation. Is it to be clear? Now pause the video to note it down. In exercise part student, also we have to discuss the various kind of things where we have to again check the reflexive nature and identity nature of the any relation. Is it to be clear? So pause the video to note it down this example. After that we will start the new relation that should be known as the symmetric relation. What is the concept of symmetric relation? We have to see next. So basically next part we have to take the symmetric relation. We have to take the symmetric relation. What is symmetric relation? What is symmetric relation? Is it to be clear? So as per the name specified as symmetric, so basically student, there should be some symmetries to be there. Means if we have to write any relation and any plane mirror is to be put in front of the given relation, then whether the image will be obtained or not, we have to check this part. Is it to be clear? Suppose any of the relation has the image in a plane mirror, then basically we can say that this is called as the symmetry. So basically for the symmetric relation, what we can say that any relation any relation on set A, any relation R on set A is said to be symmetric relation. It's said to be symmetric relation. Is said to be symmetric relation. If A comma B, if we can say that if A comma B, any relation, we can just write down this particular part again, any relation. Again we have to write the whole definition again. So basically what we are saying for the definition of symmetric relation. Symmetric relation. So basically any relation R on set A is said to be symmetric. It's said to be symmetric if A comma B belongs to any set A such that AB belongs to R. Such that AB belongs to R. Is it to be clear? AB belongs to R implies what we have to check? BA belongs to R or not. If AB belongs to R implies that BA belongs to R or not. If BA belongs to R, then it is said to be the symmetric. Is it to be clear? In this situation, it is symmetric. In this situation, it is symmetric. Is it to be clear? And suppose implies BA not belongs to R. BA not belongs to R. Then we can say that it is not asymmetric. It is not asymmetric. What we have to check here, student? We have to see carefully the definition. It is a very important logic of the symmetric relation. Basically, what we are saying that any relation R on set A is said to be the symmetric if AB belongs to A, means we are taking the two different element. You can take the same element also, but for the same element always, student, the any relation is found to be symmetric. That's why we have to take always the different element A comma B. Suppose A comma B belongs to the set A, then and such that this particular ordered pair will be existed in the given relation, and this is the pre-existed relation, ordered pair in the relation. Then with what we have to check, if AB belongs to R, then BA belongs to R or not. Is it to be clear? Then it is symmetric. If BA not belongs to R, then we can say that it is not said to be the symmetric. Is it to be clear? Now we have to take a suitable example again to understand this particular part. Suppose any set A is to be written like this: 1, 2, 3. Is it to be clear? Any relation R1 we have to write here. So any relation is to be given as 1, 1, then after 2, 2, then after 3, 3. Suppose we have to write this relation. Now second relation R2 we have to write here. Suppose this is 1, 1, this is 2, 2, this is 3, 3, this is 3, 2, and this is 2, 3. It is to be written. Next R3 we have to write here 1, 2 and 2, 1. Is it to be clear? And suppose R4 we can take the 5 means you can say that the it is the empty relation. And lastly we have to also take the universal relation also. Universal relation. We have to take the universal relation. Now each and every relation will be defined on this particular set A here, and just student we want to check whether the given relations are identity or not, reflexive or not, and symmetric or not. Means each and everything we have to just check here. So basically we have to check each and every part here. Then just we have to check for the identity. We have to check for the identity. Then after we have to check for the reflexive. We have to check for the reflexive, as well as we have to also check for the symmetric. Is it to be clear? So each and every part is to be just check here. So basically for the very first part we can check the answer of this very first relation here. So basically student, in this first relation 1, 1, 2, 2 and 3, 3, you can just check the ordered pair. Means for the identity relation, what we are saying, each and every element has its image. Means you can say that 1, 1 is to be available here, 2, 2 is to be available here, and 3, 3 is to be also available here. Means this is said to be the identity relation. Is it to be clear? Next what we are saying? We are saying this is also said to be the reflexive, because each and every element is to be related to itself here. No problem. And lastly for symmetric, student, here if we have to check this ordered pair AB, suppose here both the elements are same, then after reversing the element, definitely its AB is available, then BA is also to be available, because 1, 1 is to be get reversed, then again we have to get the 1, 1. Similarly 2, 2 is to be reversed, then again we have to get the 2, 2, and similarly 3, 3 is to be get reversed, then again we have to get the 3, 3. Means this is again said to be the symmetric. Is it to be clear? Next we have to take here this particular relation. Is it to be clear? So next we have to check for the R2. So basically student, 1, 1, 2, 2 and 3, 3 is to be there, no problem. But here 3, 2 and 2, 3 is to be also available. So basically this is not said to be identity relation. This is not said to be identity relation, because these optional parts are to be extra. Is it to be clear? And for the identity relation we can say that unique will be there. Identity relation on this set will be unique, and it will be defined here. Means no particular any other relation on this particular set in spite of this R1 is said to be identity. Is it to be clear? Now what can say about the reflexive nature of the relation? So 1 1 is to be there, 2 2 is to be there, 3 3 is to be there. So definitely student it is said to be the reflexive, no problem. But what can we say about the symmetric? So for these similar type of ordered pair we cannot check for the symmetric for this particular process, and for the same element image is to be again written here, then we can say that always relation is said to be symmetric, means we will not check for the same ordered pair, same element of ordered pair, but we have to check for this part. If 3 comma 2 is to be there, then we can check 2 comma 3 is to be available or not. So basically student 3 comma 2 is to be there, then 2 comma 3 is to be also available, means basically this particular relation is always said to be the symmetric. Is it to be clear? Next we have to check for this part. So basically in this part 1 comma 2 is to be there, and if 1 comma 2 is to be available, then 2 comma 1 we have to check. So basically 1 comma 2 is to be there, then 2 comma 1 is to be also available. So basically this is not identity, this is not reflexive, but it is said to be the symmetric. Is it to be clear? Next R4, a very common question student. R4 is never said to be the identity and never said to be the reflexive, as well as it is never said to be the symmetric, because no particular ordered pair is to be found in the empty relation. So basically it is not identity, it is not reflexive, and it is not said to be the symmetric. Is it to be clear? Last student, we have to take about the universal relation. So basically we can say that it is not said to be the identity, because identity will be unique and it is to be found in relation R1, means no any other different relation is defined as the identity here. Next reflexive. So basically student, in the universal relation all set of all possible ordered pair is to be there. So definitely we can say that it is said to be the reflexive, and as well as it is said to be the symmetric. And one more important thing student, any universal relation is always said to be reflexive, symmetric, and the third part that we have to discuss after this part, transitive, means any of the universal relation is always said to be reflexive, always said to be symmetric, and always said to be the transitive, because here all the possible ordered pair are to be available, means 1 comma 2 is to be there, then 2 comma 1 is to be also there. Suppose any of the universal relation is to be defined on the set A. Is it to be clear? So I think each and every student will get the concept of symmetric relation here. What can we say about the symmetry of the relation? Means if A comma B is to be available, then B comma is to be available or not. Is it to be clear? And you can say one more important thing student for the identity and reflexive. Basically in the case of identity relation, means you can say that each and every identity relation will be always reflexive. Each and every identity relation is always said to be reflexive, but all reflexive relation may or may not be identity. We have to remember this thing. Is it to be clear? So you can just correlate the identity with the reflexive relation also. Is it to be clear? So note the video, note the each and every part that should be written in this part, and pause the video to note it down each and everything. Then after we will start with the transitive relation. Is it to be clear? So next part we are taking here transitive relation. Next part is we are taking as transitive relation. Transitive relation. So basically student, first of all we have to understand the meaning of this particular word transit. Transit means move from one class to another class. This is the transition state. You can say that sometime in physics or chemistry you have to transit an electron from one part to another part, one energy level to another energy level. That's why the name of this type of relation is also to be there. Transitive means we have to move to the first part to third part. Is it to be clear? First of all student, the very important type of relation is to be there. In the case of reflexive and symmetric, there should be no ambiguity and no confusion will be there, because the very simple type of definition is to be there, but some of the student will get confused related to the transitive relation. So basically we have to see the basic concept of transitive relation here. After that we have to discuss the some of the main important examples where we have to discuss the transitive relation importantly. Is it to be clear? So first of all, just I will tell the definition of transitive relation. Any relation R on set A is said to be transitive, is said to be transitive, is said to be transitive if AB belongs to R, if AB belongs to R and BC belongs to R, if AB belongs to R and BC belongs to R, implies that AC belongs to R, AC belongs to R, then it is said to be the transitive. Then it is said to be the transitive. Is it to be clear? And suppose AC does not belongs to R, then it is not said to be transitive. It is not said to be transitive. Is it to be clear? So basically student, a very important definition we have to write for the transitive relation. Basically we have to take the three elements. We have to take the three elements for the transitive relation. Is it to be clear? For the testing of transitive relation you can say that. So basically these three elements are to be taken from the set A, and in such a way we have to take the elements like AB belongs to R, then after BC belongs to R, and then what we have to check implies that AC belongs to R or not. If AC belongs to R, then it is said to be transitive, and if AC does not belongs to R, then we can say that it is not said to be the transitive relation. Is it to be clear? So basically student, in the case of transitive relation, some more important cases we have to also take. Along with this definition, sometime we can say that suppose any of the relation is to be given on a particular set A, then if AB is to be available, means AB belongs to R is to be there, but BC is not to be there, then what can we say? Then we will not check the AC belongs to R, and automatically the relation is said to be the transitive. This is the very important case. Is it to be clear what we are saying? If AB belongs to R, remember this thing, if AB belongs to R and BC does not belongs to R, BC does not belongs to R, then we will not check, AC belongs to R. We will not check AC belongs to R, and relation is said to be transitive, and relation is said to be transitive, This is the very important case. Some of the student will get confused related to this given part. Student, for the given definition, this is the very important part. Sometime we are obtaining AC belongs to R, but we are not obtaining BC belongs to R. Then we will not check for the AC belongs to R. Is it to be clear? And relation is said to be transitive, not transitive. We are saying that relation is said to be transitive. Is it to be clear? Suppose we have to take a suitable example. Suppose any relation is to be defined on the set A like this 1, this is 2 and this is 3. Again we are taking the very similar example here. Suppose any relation R or we can take any relation R1. Is it to be clear? It is to be defined as 1 comma 1, then after we have to take 2 comma 2 and then we have to take the 3 comma 3. Is it to be clear? Any relation R2 we have to take here. Suppose any relation R2 we have to take here 1 comma 1, this is 2 comma 2, this is 3 comma 3 and this is 1 comma 3 suppose. Is it to be clear? And suppose any relation R3 we have to take, and suppose this is R3 is 5 and one more relation we have to take R4, that should be known as the universal relation. Is it to be clear? Now we have to check These all relations are to be defined on a particular set A, and set A is given as 1, 2, 3. Now we have to check each and every case, means we have to check for the identity. Next we have to check for the reflexive. Next we have to check for the reflexive. Then after we have to check for the symmetric. We have to check for the symmetric, and lastly we have to check for the transitive. Is it to be clear? So each and every type of relation is to be checked for the given relations here. Is it to be clear? So we have to keep in mind the definition of each and every part. So the very first relation we have to check here, then it is always said to be identity. I think there should be no problem to understand this thing, because many more examples we have to take, similar type of examples we have to take recently here. Next, reflexive. So definitely it should be reflexive. Now symmetric. So basically it's said to be the symmetric. And the transitive. Now student, here there are three elements. Now what we are saying in this particular statement, we can check here A comma B. So 1 comma 1 is to be there, but if A comma B belongs to R, suppose this is said to be A comma B, but B comma C, means this one is not related anywhere else in other ordered pair. So basically student, this BC does not belongs to R, then we cannot check the AC belongs to R, and relation is always said to be the transitive, means you can say that this relation is said to be the transitive. Is it to be clear? So what should be the importance of this statement here? Student, we have to keep in mind this thing always. If AB belongs to R and BC does not belongs to R, then we will not check for the AC belongs to R, and relation is always said to be the transitive. Is it to be clear? And always we have to keep in mind, suppose any of the identity relation is to be given, then identity relation is always said to be reflexive, always said to be the symmetric, always said to be the transitive. So we have to keep in mind this thing always. Next, next we have to check for the R2. Now student, easily you can say that due to this ordered pair 1 comma 3, it is not said to be the identity relation. Is it to be clear? But it is said to be the reflexive, because here 1 comma 1 is to be available, 2 comma 2 is to be available, and 3 comma 3 is to be available. Next symmetric. So basically student, we will not check for the 1 1 2 2 and 3 3, because it is always already said to be the reflexive or symmetric, but we have to check for this given ordered pair 1 comma 3. So 1 comma 3 is to be there, then for the symmetric 3 comma 1 will be also there, but it is not to be present 3 comma 1. So you can say that 1 comma 3 belongs to R, but 3 comma 1 does not belongs to R. So we can say that this is not said to be symmetric. Is it to be clear? And lastly we have to check for the transitive. So basically in the case of transitive, student, basically for these parts we will not check, because always, and we can say that for the identity relation, basically it is always said to be the transitive, means we will not check for the transitive case for 1 1 2 2 and 3 3. Now we will see this part 1 comma 3. So basically we can take here 1 comma 3. You can check here. Student, any of the other element that should be, if suppose this is taken as AB, then we have to identify the BC. So this is AB, then you can check this is 3 and this is 3, then this 3 comma 3 will be taken as BC. Is it to be clear? Suppose this is 1 comma 3 is taken as AB, then this is said to be BC. Now AB and BC both are to be there, then we have to check AC is to be available or not. So basically we can say that 1 comma 3. So you can check 1 comma 3 is to be available. So student, only just we have to check only for this part for the transitive case. For the remaining of the part, we will not check for the transitive case, because here always for the 1 1 2 2 and 3 3 it is always said to be the transitive. So basically student, the transitive case is the clear, so you can say that this is said to be the transitive relation. Next we have to take the third relation, that should be given as the empty. So basically for empty relation, student, always this is not said to be the identity relation, this is not said to be the reflexive relation, this is not said to be the symmetric or transitive, because there should be no particular ordered pair is to be get available in the case of empty relation. Now the very important case of the universal relation. So basically in the universal relation, student, it is not said to be the identity, because identity relation will be unique and we have to already define the identity, means there will be no any other identity relation will be there. Now student, always any relation that should be universal is known as the reflexive, symmetric and a transitive. So always we have to keep in mind any of the universal relation is always said to be the reflexive, symmetric or transitive, because in the case of universal relation we can say that all the set of all possible ordered pair is to be written where, and you can just check universal relation is to be given anywhere else, then definitely you can say that it is always said to be the reflexive, symmetric or transitive. Is it to be clear? So student, most important case is to be there, the case of transitive relation, where we have to check the relations basically. Is it to be clear? So one more example we have to discuss here to verify the transitivity of any of the relation. Is it to be clear? So pause the video to note it down. After that we have to take the one more example to understand the all these things, means identity relation, reflexive relation, symmetric relation or transitive relation. Is it to be clear? So next example, suppose we have to take here. Now any of the set A, suppose we have to take 1, 2, 3, 4 and we have to take any relation R1. So R1 is 1, 1, this is 2, 2, this is 3, 3, this is 4, 4. Next R2. R2 we have to take here. This is 1, 1, this is 2, 2, this is 3, 1 and 1, 3. R3. R3 we have to take. This is 1, 2, 2, 3 and 1, 3. Next R4. R4 we have to take only 1, 2 and 3, 4. Suppose we are taking the 4 relations. Is it to be clear? And now we have to check. We have to check each and every part, means whether the given relation are identity, reflexive, symmetric or transitive or not. Is it to be clear? So again we have to make the column here for the identity. Then we will check for the reflexive. Then we have to check for the symmetric. And lastly we have to check for the transitive. Is it to be clear? Now the very first relation, student, so I think each and every student know very well about this part, because so many examples we have to discuss here, very similar type of examples. So basically identity relation is not or not. So basically 1, 2, 3, 4, there are 4 elements and each and every element is to be related to itself only, means no any extra ordered pair is to be there. So that's why this is said to be the identity relation. Next reflexive or not. Basically student, each and every identity relation is always said to be reflexive, symmetric or transitive. So basically we have to keep in mind this thing. Is it to be clear? Every identity relation is said to be reflexive, symmetric or transitive, means there should be no requirement of checking process or testing process. Next one, student, here we have to check the now we will not check for 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, means first of all you can say that this is not identity, this is not said to be the reflexive, and for symmetric 1, 1 and 2, 2 is always symmetric, but 3, 1 is to be there, then 1, 3 is to be also there. So it is always said to be the symmetric, but we have to check for the transitive now. This is the very important part. So basically student, for the transitive relation, what we are saying? We are saying that these 4 2 ordered pair we will not check for the transitive case, but we will check for this case. Suppose we have to write the ordered pair 3, 1. Suppose this is taken as AB. Suppose this is taken as AB. Now we have to search what is the ordered pair BC. Means this is 1, then this 1, 3 is to be there. Now student, this is taken as AB, then this is taken as BC, because this B and B will be same. Now AB and BC both are available. Now implies that we are checking whether 3, 3 is to be belongs to R or not. So basically student, here this 3, 3 does not belongs to R. Is that to be clear? Means what can we say about the transitive? This is not said to be the transitive. And what should be the reason behind this? What we have to write in examination? So basically we can say that suppose 3 comma 1 will be taken as AB, then 1 comma 3 will be written as BC. Then what we have to check? AC will belongs to the R or not. So AC is 3 comma 3. So here you can say that 3 comma 3 does not belongs to R. So basically student, here this is not said to be the transitive. Next part, R3 1 comma 2, 2 comma 3 and 1 comma 3. So basically this is not said to be the identity. This is not said to be the reflexive, and this is not said to be the symmetric, because here AB is to be available but BA is not to be available, because 1 comma 2 is to be there but 2 comma 1 is not to be there. If any of the one cases will be failure, then definitely it is not said to be the symmetric. So basically student, we can say that this is not said to be the symmetric. Now we will check for the transitive. So transitive case is to be checked here. Then we have to check for the transitive case. So basically we first of all we have to take the ordered pair 1 comma 2, then it is taken as AB. Then we have to search the ordered pair BC. So this is 2, then it is starting with the 2, then it is taken as 2 comma 3. So it is taken as BC. Now we have to check whether 1 comma 2 is to be there and 2 comma 3 is to be there, then 1 comma 3 is to be there or not. So 1 comma 3 belongs to R. Means for this particular part we can say that this is said to be the transitive. Now then after we have to take the second means 2 comma 3. We have to take this part as AB. Then any other ordered pair BC is to be there or not. Means any of the ordered pair will be started with 3 is not to be there, because this is 1 2 and this is 1 3. So AB belongs to R and BC does not belongs to R. BC does not belongs to R. Then student, we have to say that if AB belongs to R and BC does not belongs to R, then we will not check for AC belongs to R, and the relation is always automatically set to be the transitive relation. So basically for this ordered pair, this one ordered pair student, you can say that this is said to be the transitive. Now we will check for the third 1 comma 3. Here again the same case. Suppose 1 comma 3 is taken as AB, then no BC is to be found here. Then again we will not check for the AC, and relation is always said to be the transitive. So it is always said to be the transitive. So basically student, this transitive case will be checked by using this sequence. Means we have to take a simple ordered pair, then we have to take this ordered pair as AB. After that we have to check for the BC. Suppose here one BC is to be found, in some of the relations more BC is to be found, then we will check for each and every case. If any of the one case is to be get failure, then we can say that this is not said to be the transitive. Is it to be clear? Now R4 we have to take. This relation is to be taken here. Again student, in this relation this is not said to be the identity, this is not said to be the reflexive, this is not said to be the symmetric, because we can say that 1 comma 2 is to be there but 2 comma 1 is not to be there. Now we will check for the transitive case. So basically student, in the transitive case, suppose we are taking 1 comma 2 here. So 1 comma 2 is to be taken as AB, but no BC is to be found here. Means this particular relation is to be R, but BC does not belongs to R. Then we will not check for the AC, and in that case student, always the relation is said to be the transitive. And similarly this second ordered pair 3 comma 4 we have to take, then 3 comma 4 will be taken as AB. Means this AB belongs to the R but BC does not belongs to the R. So basically this relation is automatically said to be the transitive. Is it to be clear? So I think each and every student will be very well known about the concept of relation, where identity relation, reflexive relation, symmetric relation and transitive relation we have to discuss. Is that to be clear? So many examples are to be also discussed when we have to discuss the exercise student, where you can check each and every part carefully again, but you have to discuss each and every case. Then definitely you can take many of the relation like this, then automatically you can check the definition as well as you have to check your solution also. Is it to be clear? And after that student, definitely you will get the concept. In board examination, no very calculative part is to be asked from this part, only just we have to think about the given relation. Some of the relations are to be geometrical relations are to be there, some of the relations are to be the comparable relations are to be there. Means so many type of different type of relations. Sometime we have to check by using this theory, ordered pair theory. Sometime we have to make the some diagram Is it to be clear? And sometime we have to check with the logical part of the given data. Is it to be clear? So the criteria of checking process will be changes from relation to relation, because any of the relation is to be given in which type of relation is to be given. According to that we have to decide whether it is identity, whether it is reflexive, whether it is symmetric or transitive or not. Is that to be clear? So dear, in this particular video just we have to discuss about the various type of relations. Is that to be clear? And this is the second part of the relation. The very first part we have to discuss already. So in this second part the very important thing we have to discuss. Is that to be clear? And one more video is to be also there related to the relation, where we have to discuss about the equivalence relation, as well as we have to also discuss with the equivalence classes. Is that to be clear? And after that student, the relation part will be over, and then we will move to the exercise 1.1. Is that to be clear? So each and every part you have to keep in mind and regularly do the practice, regularly see the video again and again, so that the concept will become in your mind, and definitely you will get the concept of identity relation, reflexive relation, symmetric relation or transitive relation. Is it to be clear? So student, we will meet in the next video, last part of the relation in the next video, where we have to discuss about the equivalence relation, as well as we will discuss about the equivalence classes. Is that to be clear? By taking some more examples, again we have to discuss these parts also in the next video, as well as we have to also discuss the equivalence relations. Thank you.